Hello and welcome. My name is the Alpha Female and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Whoa! G'day, mateys. Bushwhacker Luke here, 2015 Hall of Famer, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Yeah! Whoa!
This is pro wrestling's only modern-day Viking Gunner, and you're on Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Nick Magnus-Toldis, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hi, this is Leva Blue Pants Bates, and you are listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Jeff Jarrett, the King of the Mountain and founder of Global Force Wrestling, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Hey, fellas, you guys have a great day, and this is only because I'm talking to Canadians. It is actually spitting snow in Tennessee.
See? Oh my God!
That's a great. We've had 70-degree weather here. We've really had a warm December, and I get on the phone with damn Canadians and we're spitting snow. So.
And that's right. You were joined by one of those damned Canadians. My name is Karl Karufel, and as you heard all of those stars that have been interviewed from the past, this is Turnbuckle Talk. We're looking at episode 305 today, and thank you, each and every one of you, for coming and being here and engaging in the chat as well. Chris Parrish coming in saying, "What up, brother? All is good on my end here." I'm solo again tonight, and I do have a bunch of news to go over here. This is, yes, the MVP episode 305. That is right. I'm glad you were there to tell me that, because I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you. But it definitely is MVP. He used to wear a 305 necklace that then changed into MVP. I digress. We're going to get right into some professional wrestling news here. First, you are useful most days, Parrish. Don't forget that. A piece of news that was actually just sent to me maybe about an hour ago from Corporate Joe, who was part of this show before and is always welcome on this show. He knows that. Coming out of New Japan Pro Wrestling. News that I'm still taking a full deep dive look into to make sure that everything is good and legit, but I've seen it multiple times, multiple sources, so I am running with it. Basser69, thank you so much for coming in and supporting. Be in the chat. You guys are my co-hosts on this journey through our discussions around professional wrestling. We're going to start New Japan. This is big. According to reports right now, Tetsuya Naito has become a free agent. This means he is no longer under contract with New Japan Professional Wrestling. Although he will be continuing to work with New Japan and Pro Wrestling Noah, but paid on a per appearance stipulation at this time. I think that this is a perfect opportunity and a perfect time for Naito to do this. The contract came up. Don't have to be locked in to a contract once again, allowing for him to still work for New Japan, still work for Pro Wrestling Noah, without having that contract, and allowing him to be able to go and travel to different places that he wants to. Mel Ball, one of our resident New Japan aficionados, tipped me off on that information, letting me know that this is a perfect opportunity. He can go, he can do some traveling. There has been, some age coming up there and maybe injuries that have happened along the way. This is great. Allows him to be able to go and do what he wants to do. To be able to go and check out different promotions and lend the great name of Tetsuya Naito to those companies as well. This will give him an opportunity to, I guess, in a sense, give back and be there to teach the younger stars within these companies by simply being there, making appearances with these other independent promotions, and just allowing for him to be almost a leader of sorts. I think that is a fantastic idea. I know people are going to be throwing out there names like AEW. AEW is full, people. Leave it alone. They're going to throw out names like the WWE. The WWE. I'm going to use one name. Shinsuke Nakamura. What have they done with Shinsuke Nakamura? You be the judge of that. I know my feelings on it. I don't really think that we're going to see Tetsuya Naito in any type of Impact or even a Ring of Honor. I just don't think that we're going to. I personally don't believe that. NWA, not even on the cards, in my opinion. NWA has their own homegrown stuff that they continue to do down there. And good for them. I love the NWA still. So I think that this is the best opportunity for him. Yes, you didn't miss a whole lot in the world of wrestling, Celeste, but you did miss a little bit, which we will definitely be talking about. I'm happy for Naito, for him taking this time to do what he wants to do. Speaking of Mel, there she is in the comments saying, good evening. Thank you so much, Mel, for coming in here. I know that this news was even a surprise and a shock to you, hearing that Naito has become a free agent. You were telling me that this type of news is something that is normally put out there, especially when big shows are coming up. New Japan is pretty good at letting the viewers know when contracts are seemingly ending. I'm happy for him. Let him go and do what he wants to do. I personally think that this man has definitely earned this stage of his life. We talked about Tetsuya Naito being maybe a little bit older, getting up there in age. I'm going to talk about another man that is up there in age who is coming out of retirement. A former WWE star, now over in Impact Wrestling, has talked about coming out of retirement. Parrish, thank you, brother. Oh, there it is. Back to work. Let me know if you can chat later. I will definitely hit you up and let you know. Astrid coming in here. The beautiful, natural Astrid Pizarro coming in saying, hey, Carl, I'm going to get to this right now. You guys need to check out at 10:10 over on our local establishment. Astrid talking about NXT. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I know that she has a stacked program for you guys as well. 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She is going to go on right after NXT. A former WWE superstar has confirmed that they plan on working the Jerry Lawler schedule. Jerry Lawler's schedule is pretty much just a part-time schedule, I guess is what we could say. That person, believe it or not, is none other than Santino Marella. In full Italian character, we have Santino Marella. He was on the Busted Open radio program where he actually revealed that he is going to be wrestling for Impact, having previously stepped away from a full-time in-ring career due to some injury. He says, well, actually, so, the talk is I'll try to wrestle maybe quarterly. Special matches, the Jerry Lawler schedule. Wrestling a few matches a year. See what the body can do, but mostly fun backstage pre-tapes, some in-ring promo, all that kind of stuff. I'm, again, super happy for Santino. Another guy that I had the opportunity to interview with Corporate Joe, with Mighty Joe, with Big Joe, whatever you want to call him, whatever incarnation of Joe that there is. We got to interview Santino Marella, and it was amazing. One of the best interviews that I have done. Fantastic. I'm happy to see him take on the Jerry Lawler schedule and just kind of go and wrestle once in a while. See what he can do. See if he still has it. I'm believing he still has it. As you heard last week, we had some very unfortunate news that broke on this program with Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe has passed away, tragically at the age of 38 in a car accident. Now, there was a fund that was set up very similar to like a GoFundMe that has raised over $288,000 to assist the Briscoes family. The goal was $200,000, and it appears like more funds are actually likely to be on their way. Early Monday morning, Shop AEW unveiled a new Jay Briscoe Reach for the Sky t-shirt in honor of the fallen Ring of Honor star. The page for the shirt and a tweet had come out confirming that sales would go to the right place. 100% of the proceeds from the Reach for the Sky shirt will go to benefit the family of Jemin, professionally known as Jay Briscoe. He had two daughters that were in the vehicle with him. They are recovering. It's a slow recover, but they are recovering. And these funds would definitely help for any funeral costs, as well as any costs that might be incurred due to hospital-related visits for his daughters. So if you are so inclined, go and check out Shop AEW. Take a look at that t-shirt. It's a gorgeous t-shirt. I have seen it. If you were able to, pick one up and have those proceeds go. You get a t-shirt honoring Jay Briscoe, and you're doing a little part that you can to help out. Though AEW was told not to hold a live tribute for Jay Briscoe last Wednesday on Dynamite, a tribute show was taped following the Dynamite and Rampage tapings and is set to air on both Honor Club and YouTube at a later date. So be on the lookout for that as well. I'm going to be very excited for that, to take a look and see how he was honored. And I'm sure he's going to be honored right. I don't believe that he won't be. We're going to move on, just as other companies have moved on, apparently. So new content from Progress, Insane Championship Wrestling, Westside Extreme Wrestling will no longer be found on Peacock and the WWE Network moving forward. It was revealed last week that the good evening to you, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. It was revealed last week that the promotions agreement with the WWE had come to an end. Progress co-owner Martin Best provided some clarification on this news that has come out. He says, in very pure terms, our contract with the WWE has completed. So in that sense, nothing caused a change. Just a straightforward completion of that contract. Huge respect for the WWE, and they are clearly facing some changes. While I'm curious and watch with interest, I'm not going to be so rash as to speculate how the next few months will play out. For us, a contract ended, but not the relationship. So that is absolutely fantastic news. That was an interview that he did with PW Mania. Absolutely great news to find out that Progress Wrestling, their relationship with the WWE is not over, but simply a contract has ended. And we all know that this was this was during the Vince McMahon time when all of this had started. Triple H has always been a very big advocate for the independent stars, bringing a lot of them in, bringing a lot of them back after he took over as well. So I am curious and watching with interest to see if the WWE decides to move forward with another contract for these companies over in Europe. I think it would be absolutely fantastic if they do, but we have no clue. The contract was agreed over 6 years ago by people who were no longer associated with the company. So the landscape of everything has definitely changed. So the UK organization is set to return to the United States, actually, to run a currently unannounced show during Mania 39 weekend in Los Angeles. So definitely be on the lookout for that as well. Chris Best coming in here saying, that to me says that they will still see Progress and WWE borrow each other's wrestlers. I fully agree with that, and I think that that's definitely something that is going to be happening. Right now, I think that things are really just kind of put on the shelf and put on hold because we all know that Vince McMahon has come back to initiate the sale of the WWE. Yes, at some point, the WWE will be sold. We all know that. And I think right now, it's just a matter of waiting until that happens before new partnerships and new contracts can even be signed. I think the WWE is really trying to just play things safe right now to ensure that the sale of the company goes smoothly without them having to go through a whole bunch of hoops and say, hey, listen, like we also kind of help these guys out over here. We got a contract with them, so you need to take that on as well. It might actually turn away some people who are looking at purchasing the company. They may say that we don't want any of that. And because that contract is in place, that's a hard no for us. We're out. So I think that this is a very smart idea right now. We will definitely have to wait and see. Independent promotions. Court Bauer has one as well. Former writer with the WWE, now running MLW, who has a new cable deal with the channel Reelz. So a release that was put out said, Reelz is jumping into the squared circle in a partnership with Major League Wrestling. Reelz will be the exclusive home for MLW Underground every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern starting February the 7th. Court Bauer was on Busted Open Radio and says, we're really pumped and they're really supportive. These guys are all about it. They were tracking us even as far back as when we were on Vice. Best known for the hit cable show On Patrol Live, Reelz ranks in the top 30 networks each week. Just to give people kind of a perspective, USA and TNT/TBS, they'll hover around the 11 to 14 mark in the rankings. Access TV, which is still another big one that is out there, Access TV, 98, 99. Vice, ranking around 77. And BEIN, ranks 127th on the list. So for them to take this to Reelz, who is ranking in the top 30 networks each week, is a fantastic bonus for MLW and Court Bauer at this time. Very happy about that. Reelz is a program or a company that is not unfamiliar with the professional wrestling scene. They have aired several episodes of their documentary series called Autopsy, The Last Hours of, which is about pro wrestlers. Some of them being the Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and even Eddie Guerrero. So I'm very happy about this. MLW Underground will be on Reelz. Continuing on from there, it'll feature matches. The first show is going to feature matches from the February 4th taping of MLW at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, being headlined by Alex Hammerstone, defending the MLW World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu. So if for no reason other than that matchup, Hammerstone and Jacob Fatu, if you have a way to get Reelz, get it for that. We're going to take a quick commercial break here because we need to get those sponsors in here. We really only have two topics left. So that means that it definitely is commercial time.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
That's right, my friends. Welcome back to Turnbuckle Talk with me, Karl Karufel. I'm going to have a quick drink of my non-sponsored Dr. Pepper. Oh, so good. So good. RogueEnergy.com. Amazing stuff over there. Energy drinks without all the sugars and those jittery crashes afterwards. Go and check out RogueEnergy.com while you're there. Use the promo code OLEPODS. Get yourself 10% off your entire purchase. As always, I'm wearing my collar and elbow hat. My good buddy Al Snow created Collar and Elbow brand, a clothing brand for the professional wrestling fan. Go and check out collarandelbowbrand.com. While you are there, use the promo code JKPodcast and get yourself 10% off your entire purchase over there. We just finished some commercials here, and I want to talk about commercials. Something a little light, a little fun. Professional wrestlers are actors. No two ways about it. They're actors. They do a really good job at suspending the disbelief and giving us a product that engages us. That is essentially what commercials do as well. Commercials engage you. They pull you in. They give you a visual. They make you want to purchase that product. I found a list, a very cool list, that gives us the 10 best TV commercials starring professional wrestlers. Now, while I can't play the video clips because of copyright issues with YouTube, I will talk about them and let you know which ones made the list. First one is King Kong Bundy and Friends for ESPN Sports Center. Very cool. King Kong Bundy was always one of my favorites. I'm going to see if I can do something here. There we go. If you guys take a look in the chat as well, I did post the link for it. The link is right there. You can go and check out all those commercials for yourself. Chris Jericho did a commercial back in 2000 for Taco Bell. We will see, Chris. We will see. Chris saying Andre the Giant's honeycomb commercial better be on that list. I'm going to leave you in some suspense. We will see. Humpty's. In the late 1990s, Humpty's Omelets aired a commercial with Bret Hitman Hart. YJ Stinger. Who can forget YJ Stinger? Yes, it was an energy drink back in the day. That commercial starring Triple H. Chef Boyardee. Overstuffed ravioli. Featured a number of different professional wrestlers. Probably the most notable, though, would be Mankind and Jeff Hardy. The Hulkamania workout set. Yes, there was even a commercial for that, but not starring who you would think. Did not star Hulk Hogan. It actually starred Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Hostamania. Hostamania.com, a web hosting provided by Hulk Hogan. A commercial featuring Hulk Hogan. Beastmaster, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you, and a big hello to you. You hope The Rock is in one. It's very possible. We're almost through this entire list, and I'm sure that there is so many more. Probably the most famous one is going to be from a company that is still around and in existence today. Yes, that big meat stick known as Slim Jim. Many, many commercials with the Macho Man Randy Savage. Beastmaster, what this is all about is it's a pro wrestling talk website or news, different stuff like that. Right now, what we're just talking about is just a little bit of lightheartedness. Some of the 10 best TV commercials that actually starred professional wrestlers. We've gone through a bunch of other topics here already. After we do this one here with the TV commercials, we're going to get into our showstopper segment, our main event, our big news from this past week in professional wrestling. Kerry Von Erich did a commercial. Did you know that? Because I forgot. Kerry Von Erich did one for his 1-900 number. Oh, what about Big Show? He starred in a kids show. Yes, he definitely did star in a kids show, but I don't think that he has done any commercials for different products. I could be wrong, and if I am, I want you to find it. I want you to send it to me. All the socials at TB Talk Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send them to me over there. Last one. For the pop drink, the soda pop, Sprite. Back in WCW. In 1999, Sting was the top name. And Sting did a commercial for Sprite. Chris saying, Big Show did the Chef Boyardee ads too. Perfect. Again, I'll throw this up here on screen for you all. WrestlingInc.com. If you can, click on that link, copy, paste it, do whatever you need to do. Screenshot this right now so that you have it for later. You can go and check that out, and it shows all of these 10 that they have in the list. Now, I will say that the Chef Boyardee one is a compilation of wrestlers who have done the Chef Boyardee commercials. They varied in style. One found The Rock posing when bikini-clad admirers. The Big Show as well. Booker T was in one. Mick Foley. Even Kane. So there's a whole bunch of different people that have starred in Chef Boyardee commercials from the early 2000s. That's 100% available at that link. Go ahead. Check that link out right there. You can actually watch all of those commercials for yourself. We're getting to our last topic here for the day. This one's a big one for me. I'm going to put the graphic back up here. The graphic that I created while I was at work on my telephone, so it's not the greatest graphic this time. I apologize. But we're going to call an audible. I'm going to call an audible right now and let everyone know that next week, I want all of you to make sure that you are following our local establishment, that you are following everything having to do with Melball and Andre. They even have a YouTube channel. Get a hold of me. I will hook you up with it. They are going to be talking some huge New Japan professional wrestling news about an inter-promotional show that was done. I want each and every one of you to make sure that you are going to check that out because they do amazing content when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Everything over in Japan, whether it is Stardom as well. They do so much great stuff. Make sure that you are checking that out, especially next week for this huge show that they are going to be having. King Kong Bundy starred in an Aflac commercial. Sweet. Beastmaster, if you can, send that to me. If you have a video clip of it, like a YouTube clip, send that to me. I would love to see that. Andre the Giant's honeycomb ad was interesting given the time it came out. He was a heel that kind of broke kayfabe by doing the ad with kids. Okay. I like that. I like that. Andre the Giant, it was hard for me sometimes to believe and see him as a heel, but I get where they were going. So I titled this episode Call an Audible, because that is exactly what happened at Raw is Triple X. I feel weird saying that. Raw is 30. An Audible was called. And I think that it was the wrong choice. So we had the Usos, and we had our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, doing Uso Court, doing Bloodline Court with Sami Zayn. Now, Jobbed Out, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh man, I have a collection I'll have to share with you, from Baron Von Raschke promoting pizza to Jay Lethal promoting knee braces. Please send that to me on one of the socials, at TB Talk Pod on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I want to see them. I'm not very happy with how things went here with Raw 30 for this. So the Tribal Court segment went long, much longer than it was planned to be, which meant that several different segments needed to be trimmed out throughout the show. I would have been fine with them cutting other things. I would have been fine with them cutting the or even shortening up the Charlotte segment that happened with Bianca Belair. That, I think, should have been cut short. Instead, what seems to have happened is that they cut the steel cage match, which they pumped up and hyped up and got people so excited for. So excited for it. And then we didn't even get it. Beastmaster, yes, you can follow the show at TB Talk Pod on Facebook. You definitely can from there. I'll put the banner up here. You can go there as well. It makes it super simple and easy. The Linktree /Karl Karufel. That will take you to all of the different socials that you're able to click on. Why would they host that kind of thing during wrestling? Was something strange to see. It definitely was strange to see, but given the context of everything within the storylines, it 100% made sense. Everything revolving around the bloodline right now is just absolutely amazing, and I love it. And it's a very slow burn for things as well. It's a slow build, which I am very much so a fan of. But it went so long that they had to cut things. And they cut the wrong thing, in my opinion. The cage match that they had hyped up didn't happen. Let me see if this works here for you, Beastmaster. There you go. linktr.ee/Karl Karufel. There you go. So we got a little bit. We got a little bit of the cage. The cage comes down. You know, Bayley and Becky Lynch got their entrances. Damage Control comes out, jumped Becky Lynch, launched her into the wall of the cage with a double flapjack. They started beating up on her. They locked the cage. Adam Pearce had to come out, use a bolt cutter to get in there. Deemed that Becky Lynch was not able to compete. The segment ended with Damage Control on top of the ring. Both Bayley and Becky Lynch are confirmed entrants into the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, maybe they've done this just so that they can build this cage match again Okay. Maybe it was done so that they could ensure that they were fine for the Royal Rumble happening this weekend. But damn it, if you are going to hype up a cage match as big as you did to have on the 30th anniversary of your flagship program, you better damn well deliver. And this fell short. Jobbed out. They easily could have trimmed a couple of things. Just have Ric Flair come out to the ring with Charlotte to save 2 minutes. Agreed. Main event could have been more of a squash before the Lesnar reveal. Agreed. 100%. Chris says, I also would have turned the trial into a show-long story with each piece of evidence being presented in its own segment. You see, that could have worked as well. That definitely could have worked as well. And then to finish out the show, all we do is come to Roman Reigns sitting in the back with Paul Heyman. And all he had to do was just look at Paul Heyman and go, not guilty. We all would have understood. And then the show could have ended. I think they did a very big disservice, not only to these women that were in this cage match, but also to the fans as well. I've been very vocal about being happy with the WWE product since Triple H has really come in and taken over the creative side of things. This, I think, is the first big issue that I have had. Hopefully they can redeem themselves. Hopefully we will get a steel cage, because I would love to see this. I would love to see a steel cage match between Becky Lynch and Bayley. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Please let me see this. If they're going to do something after, clearly is going to be after the Royal Rumble. Now they need to rework some things and write this into the Rumble. They need to keep me invested in this now. They need to make sure that they are doing something to further and build this story at the Royal Rumble to move it forward for us to even give a shit about it now. If you were listening to this on a replay, I thank you. I thank you very much for that. And I want you to leave your comments for me as well, letting me know what you thought of this segment, the steel cage match, being cut short when they called an audible in the back. To each and every one of you who have joined me, I appreciate you. You guys are always here to be my co-hosts on this journey, and I thank you. Be sure to stick with us here at our local establishment as well as Turnbuckle Studios as we continue to bring you more content on a weekly basis. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.